we do this outward venting in these different groups. How the hell do you know that there isn't somebody in that group that knows you and knows the person
I
you're
always
talking
think
about?
this. I always do think this.
Like, I suppose your brain compartmentalizes to a degree, doesn't it? You're like, right, if I'm going to have a little vent in a specific trainers group or a specific grooming group or whatever your service is, my clients definitely aren't in there. Well, no, they might not be, but you never know, because I've had clients over the years that have joined certain groups because they are interested in learning more about dog knowledge. I'm like, I need to be a little bit careful. Not that I've ever done it, but I'm like, I would need to be really mindful that they are in that group.
But regardless, if they're in that group, there might be other dog owners in that group that are not seeing it and going like, oh God, if that's what they're saying about us, it just doesn't feel great. And I think this comes back down to that episode we did about, we talk a lot about it anyway, surrounding yourself with the right people. And if you've got a group like that and people are venting and people are validating the venting and just almost like fueling it more, that's only going to make the negativity worse. And again, it's not a solution. How is it going to help that problem? It's just going to like make your mindset even more, I don't know, just more negative.
Yeah, there's too much negativity in the world anyway.
And it's lovely when you get somebody on a thread like that going like, have you thought, because if that was me or you, we'd be coming at it from a completely different angle. Have you actually set what have you actually done to try and set that expectation? How have you tried to address that with your own? Oh, well, I haven't, because they should be doing it. Like it's that kind of thing, isn't it? That's how we really should be looking at it. Take a step out. If that were you, and I think it's always such a good thing to do, and go like, if that were you, and you hadn't, like, what are the reasons you might not do your homework for various different things? Is it an intentional thing? Is it because you just go, well, I'm not doing that? Of course it won't be. There'll be a genuine, valid reason for it.
It's hard, isn't it? Because when you try and put yourself in their shoes, I actually think this is a skill that a lot of us lack. We're not able to, because you know how we've said before, and I know we have this conversation a lot with our clients in the Business Basics group coaching program as well, whereby you have to detach yourself from the business to a degree. You have to detach yourself and go like, that's just because I think like that, it doesn't mean somebody else would think like that. And then, of course, it goes into this weird little grey area where sometimes you do have to think and put yourself in their shoes, but not necessarily with your lens. It's just your lens as that role, like that you're now in a buyer's position. Not you specifically, but you are now in a buyer's position. You are now in a mentee position or whatever it is. And
but I think it is that, you're right. And that's kind of what I meant when I said it, but it's kind of like, how can you, I think it is such a skill, isn't it? To be able to, take yourself out, but almost put yourself in the position, but with that kind of real generalist kind of view around it. It's really hard to even explain it and articulate it, isn't it?
And I think an example to help like iterate this point is sales one comes up quite a lot. I think we've done an episode recently on like following up and being able to actually have conversations with people for as long as it takes until that fuck off and die message kind of comes in. Now, if you put yourself in the shoes through your lens, potentially, your brain could go, well, I wouldn't like that, so I'm definitely never going to follow up with somebody because I would not want to be in a position where somebody is nagging and badgering at me. Why is it badgering? Really weird word, but anyway. Brain went off on a tangent. Well, I wouldn't want that, so therefore I'm not going to do it. However, in that same example, if you put yourself in the mindset of that client, okay, they might not like it also. However, if it's done through service and you've genuinely made a connection and you're not trying to sell, you're trying to serve, it's a completely different energy. So actually, I would quite like that. But it's being able to remove yourself from that initial thought of, well, I wouldn't like it, because we all have these associations with like cold calls and spammy calls and Like the amount of spammy calls we get now, and I don't even know what's going on, but you can see it. I'm not even going to answer it because it's going to be a shit phone call. Like if you want me, you'll follow up, like leave a message, keep trying to contact me, not just through the phone and things like that. So it's trying to, detach yourself from your negative feelings about something and then just look at it through a different lens. But it's a really difficult skill. Like in my opinion, like you absolutely need coaching on how to do that.
Yeah.
That doesn't come naturally.